If you look back 15 years ago, compact crossovers were a type of niche vehicle. Now, however, times are different as compact SUVs are one of the prime choices for a family vehicle. People just love them because of their decent fuel efficiency, reasonable space, a high up driving position, and easy maneuverability. The one clearly with the bestseller status is the Honda CR-V, a compact crossover that dates back to 1997. If you're looking for a small SUV, be sure to put this one on your list. So, let's go ahead and check out this 2016 Honda CR-V Touring. Now, this generation CR-V has been out for quite some time now. It's been out since the 2012 model year. You should expect a full redesign to come in 2017. In 2015, it received a refresh and included new headlights as well as new taillights and new safety technologies too, and refreshened exterior styling on the inside and out. Now, new for the 2016 model year is the addition of a new SE model, which adds a little more feature content for a small premium price over the base LX trim. Now, our model of the CR-V we have here is the top of the line touring trim with all-wheel drive. And it's pretty good looking. We do get projector headlights on the touring trim, and then when you step up to the EX trim and above, you do get LED daytime running lights. Overall, the style of the CR-V is very contemporary, and it's pretty good looking. Now, here goes the key fob design for the vehicle. It's your typical Honda Smart Key. You have your remote keyless entry, your lock, unlock to release your tailgate, and then your panic button. Now, it's the Urban Titanium Metallic exterior color with Smart Key access on the driver's door and the front passenger door. When you step up to the EX trim and above, you do get the Smart Key access and push button start too. And you do have a full-on beige leather interior. Power driver's seat with power recline and power lumbar. Now, one thing I really do love about the CR-V is that it has ease of ingress and egress, or in other words, it's easy to get in and out of the vehicle. And the step-in height is fairly low. When you step on inside of this cabin, it's very roomy inside of here. And it's a pretty stylish looking cabin. It's getting slightly long in the tooth, but overall it's certainly very competitive in terms of styling and cabin design. And you do have push button ignition. Just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start. And what you're hearing there is a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder that's also borrowed from the Accord. Full leather wrapped steering wheel. Coming to your transmission, you have a CVT automatic. They introduced the CVT when they updated the CR-V in the 2015 model year. You also do have lower gear selection, and when you put the vehicle into reverse, displays your rear view camera, which does come standard on the CR-V. You also do have multi-angle views. You have a wide-angled view, a normal view, and a top-down view too. And you also do have guidance lines. Pretty cool. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on the headlights. They're already on. And the hazards. Then you have your automatic driver's side window. Let's go ahead and pop up the hood. Check out the engine bay. Heated exterior mirrors with LED turn signal indicators integrated onto the mirrors. You also do have 18-inch alloy wheels. Pretty unique looking design to them. Now, the CR-V has been the sales leader of SUVs for quite some time now, since around 2007. And there are many reasons why the CR-V is the best-selling SUV. Coming to the front, you have halogen projector beam headlights. These fairly good-looking LED daytime running lights, which come standard on the EX trim and above. And then you also do have fog lights below. Now, powering the CR-V is the very familiar 2.4 liter inline 4-cylinder that's also borrowed from Honda's own Accord. It produces 185 horsepower at 6,400 RPM and 181 pound-feet of torque at 3,900 RPM, with EPA estimates being a very exceptional 25 in the city and 31 on the highway. But remember, we do have all-wheel drive here. If you go for the front-wheel drive models for the CR-V, you can earn up to 34 miles per gallon. One reason why it earns such high fuel economy numbers is the CVT automatic transmission. Now, one downside to the CR-V is that there's no optional powertrain available. Many of its competitors do offer optional powertrains, such as the Ford Escape, Subaru Forester, and the Chevrolet Equinox. Competitors for the CR-V, you have the vehicles in the compact crossover class. This includes the likes of the Ford Escape, Chevrolet Equinox, Toyota RAV4, Nissan Rogue, many competitors in this class, Mazda CX-5, Subaru Forester. You also do have roof rails on the top right here. You can also get crossbars if you want as an accessory from your Honda dealer. Coming to the rear, you have a rear window wiper with a rear window defroster and a third brake light. The tail lights really remind me of Volvo. You also do have rear reflectors at the bottom right here and special touring badging. EPA estimates, like I said, are 25 in the city and 31 on the highway. Total vehicle price, you're looking at $34,125. Coming to your power necessities, you have all of them: power windows, door locks, power mirrors, chrome interior door handles, and memory seat settings for 2 people. Alright, so driving the 2016 Honda CR-V here. Now I have to say, the CR-V is quite an easy vehicle to drive. It's kind of for the average consumer. The handling and the feedback when it comes to the steering is pretty good. It's better than the average crossover, but I wouldn't say it's as good as the Ford Escape or the Mazda CX-5, but it certainly does not feel numb at all, and you really feel for where this vehicle is trying to go. With that being said, the 2.4 liter 4-cylinder borrowed from Honda's own Accord is pretty good, and it provides a decent amount of power, but also the fuel efficiency isn't too bad either, earning up to 27 in the city and 34 on the highway. Now, that's pretty darn good, and it's much better than what the CR-V used to have, the old Ford cylinder used to have. However, I do have a complaint about the CR-V, and one of my gripes about it is that it doesn't have an optional powertrain available. A lot of other crossovers in this class have an optional powertrain, such as the Ford Escape, as well as the Chevrolet Equinox too, and the Subaru Forester. So this 2.4 liter 4-cylinder is the only powertrain you can get. Now, the CVT automatic transmission, which they changed for the 2015 update, it works pretty good. It does shift pretty seamlessly, I have to say. I'm very surprised. And it's one of the better CVTs out there, and it's more smoother shifting than the average CVT transmission. So overall, the CVT transmission isn't too shabby. So overall, I think if you're looking for a compact crossover that's pretty easy to drive on a daily basis and provides enough passing power while still being reasonably fuel efficient and still having okay handling, the Honda CR-V is an okay choice. Now, build quality and materials inside of the CR-V are pretty average for the class. Overall, the interior is pretty well constructed, but there are some interior trim and pieces that do feel kind of cheap. For example, like this hard touch upper door panel for the top of the line touring trim that almost cost $35,000. I would expect a soft touch upper door panel at least, but it's not that big of an issue. The mid door panel, soft touch, as well as the armrest. Coming up here, it's a hard touch plastic, but the graining of the plastic is pretty nice. And then this is slightly padded, and then you have this molded stitching that gives it a slightly more upscale feel inside of here. Build quality is pretty good overall. It's pretty average for the class. It's not excellent, but it's not the worst either. Overall, build quality and materials are certainly average. Now coming to the steering wheel design, the steering wheel is getting a little dated, a little long in the tooth, but it does what it needs to do. It's kind of button happy a little bit. I wish they would clean up the steering wheel with the buttons just a little bit. But you have your steering wheel mounted audio controls. You could change your source from here too. You have your Bluetooth phone controls and your voice recognition down here. And then right here you have your controls for your information center too. And then right here you have your adaptive cruise control, and then your lane keep assist, and that comes on the Honda Sensing package. Now, one safety feature I really love of the CR-V is the Honda Lane Watch system. Now basically there's a camera on the right mirror, and when you signal to the right, a display of the camera will actually come up on the screen here, and it basically acts like a blind spot camera. I wish many more manufacturers would do this. It's just a brilliant idea. And then you can also turn it on or off anytime you would like, which is pretty cool. Coming up here, we also do have your auto dimming rear view mirror, sunroof with your sunroof controls, and a little sliding shade. Some competitors do offer panoramic moonroofs. You also do have your sunglass container with a conversation mirror if you want to talk to the kids back there. Map lights, garage home link, all that good stuff. The steering wheel on the CR-V also does manually tilt and telescope with a decent range of adjustment. And the steering wheel is also leather wrapped too. Coming down here, we also do have dual cup holders, and you can actually adjust this if you would like. You also do have your heated seats down here, two-staged, and then a 12-volt power outlet, a little storage pocket right there. And then down here is where you will find two USB charging ports, and I believe this is that's a HDMI input and then a 12-volt power outlet. Decent amount of center console storage. It's kind of deep, and it's nice and stitched on the center console lid and soft touch as well. Overall, storage space in the CR-V is pretty good. There's lots of places to put your stuff, like on the side right here, and then on the side right here too. Overall, it doesn't lack storage space. Coming to the climate controls, pretty easy to figure out, and love how they went with regular buttons and knobs, and they're big, clear, and easy to read. Now we do have dual zone automatic climate control. Here's your temperatures, and then you could change the temperature for the passenger side. You also do have your fan speeds right here, different zones, front window defroster, rear window defroster, and for your heated side mirrors. Overall, very simple climate controls. Now there are also two more safety technologies that come on the Honda Sensing package. This lane departure warning right here, and then you also do have collision mitigation braking. Right here we also do have your power tailgate and then your traction control off button. Then we have your Econ button, which helps save fuel a little bit. Now the gauges in the instrument cluster in the CR-V are very traditional and pretty straightforward. There's no TFT instrument cluster or no big LCD screen or anything of that nature. Some of its competitors do offer that, like the Jeep Cherokee. But overall, these gauges do work pretty well. And I love the font. It's very big, bold, and clear, especially for the speedometer, which is nice. Over here on the left, we also do have your tachometer. And then it shows you what gear you're in on the side right here between the tach and the speedometer. And then right over here, we have your coolant temperature and then your fuel gauge too. Coming in the center right there, basically that shows you all of your vehicle information. It's controlled by these buttons on the steering wheel. Shows you your oil life percentage, your average speed, exterior temperature readout, elapsed time, fuel range, average fuel economy, instant MPG, gives you a little bar. Overall, pretty basic vehicle information here, and it works pretty well. It's pretty easy to use. Now the CR-V uses a 7-inch display audio touchscreen, and you do get this system on higher end trim levels. We also do have a premium sound system with 7 speakers around the cabin. Now I have a major gripe about this system, and over here on the left you have these really small buttons. I wish they would make the buttons a lot bigger. That's my major gripe about this system. Other than that, the system is pretty easy to use. The responsiveness is pretty good. Coming to your different media sources, we do have AM, FM, XM satellite radio, all of the normal here. CD player with your optical disc drive, USB port with iPod integration, your HDMI input, which is an unusual thing, and then your AHA internet radio as well as your Pandora too. You also do have this back button right here, which helps out quite a lot. And then you have your home screen. This is your home screen right here. Coming to navigation, this is Honda's old system, and it's getting really dated, but I like how you could swipe like this across the map, which is pretty cool. But overall, this is a really dated system. They've been using this same basic interface for the navigation since around 2003, I believe. But you do have live traffic and all that good stuff. And then you can enter in your destination by voice too. Now coming to phone, you can hook up your Bluetooth phone, have all of your contacts stored on here, and then view your call history. And then you have a speed dial too. One thing I do like about this system, however, is that you don't have the touch sensitive button for the volume control. It's just a regular button, which is nice. Wish they would have this button on the other Honda models. Coming to info right here, this shows you basic vehicle information, some of it such as your instant fuel economy, average fuel economy, and the history of your trips. And then right here you have your settings. You could change many different settings from the camera, phone, system, navigation, audio, the Bluetooth. You also do have HD radio on this bad boy, forgot to mention that. And there's many different settings you could change, from the clock adjustment, clock display. I like how you could swipe like this to scroll. You also do have a day and night mode too. You can adjust the brightness. Navigation settings, your address book, previous destinations, you can edit your go home, route preference, the color and day or the color and night, many different settings you can change here. Coming to the Bluetooth settings, you can edit your Bluetooth device list, all that good stuff. Overall, this system works very well. The responsiveness is excellent, and I love how Honda went with a regular button for the volume control. However, I just really hate that most of the buttons are small on the side right here. They really do need to change that. But overall, pretty excellent system. Now you also do have a little screen right there, and it's controlled by this button on the steering wheel. And basically it shows your average fuel economy. It's basically your vehicle information again. You have your digital clock, and then it shows you your radio, what radio station is playing. It also shows you your date and time. But to me, this screen is kind of useless when all of the other screens show this information. Now, visibility in the CR-V is a strength for the vehicle, and there's lots of glass area on the front windows. The A-pillars are very thin, and then seeing out of the windshield is really easy to do. Big windshield here. And seeing out of the rear is kind of hard, but at least a rear view camera does come standard. And rearward visibility is much better than what you will find in many other crossovers. Overall, visibility is a strength for the CR-V because it's all much better than many other crossovers. Alright, and let's go ahead and shut down the CR-V. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. Now, build quality and materials do follow through in the rear. You still have nice soft touch materials on the mid door panel and armrest, hard touch plastic on the upper door panel. Pretty consistent throughout the whole entire vehicle. Now, One reason why the CR-V is the best-selling compact crossover is certainly because of how much room it has for its rear seat occupants. It's very roomy back here and it's very comfortable. There's lots of legroom, lots of headroom. The seats are also very comfortable themselves and pretty supportive too, and they don't lack thigh support at all. You also do have dual map pockets, rear air vents, and then a rear center armrest with cup holders. But it's just a very comfortable experience back here. Certainly can fit 3 full-sized adults back here. Alright. Now you do have a power tailgate. Just hold down the button right here on the key fob. Now, another reason why the CR-V is such a huge seller in the United States is its cavernous cargo space. The CR-V has certainly the best cargo space in the compact crossover class. It's one of the roomiest for sure. And to fold down the rear seats, it's a very simple and easy mechanism. Just pull on the levers right here, and the seats fold flat. Easy as that. Very convenient. And then you also do have a little side pocket right here too. Full manual passenger seat. Glove box compartment, nice and damp. So even though the Honda CR-V is 4 years into this generation, it's still certainly one of the best compact crossovers you can buy. With its very roomy and comfortable interior, its many optional safety technologies, and its very fuel